What up guys, this is Emmanuel here and I'm going to be giving you some PS4 and Xbox One news. Alright, Sony announced their PS4 console 3 months ago at the New York conference, right? Well, Microsoft has announced their Xbox One console at the May 21st through Xbox Generation Reveal conference. Well, the PS4, we didn't really get that much information about it, but unlike the PS4, we actually did get a ton of information about the Xbox One console. First of all, we actually got to see the actual box or design. And the design is basically, well, if you haven't seen it yet, it's basically like a big black rectangle box. And it basically looks like a cable box for most people who have seen it already. Well, yeah, it's basically like a big giant black cable box, basically. And I'm fine with that. I actually like the design. It's pretty good. It's not, it's not really that bad. Well, anyways, we actually got to see a lot of TV features and stuff that has to do with like entertainment and stuff like that. But the bad side to the conference was that we didn't actually get to see a lot of games. We only saw like 2 or 3 games at the conference, and they were basically exclusives. And most of the time it was just a bunch of entertainment things and mostly TV interactions and functionalities and all that. And that was basically it. And besides, the conference was only like an hour long, unlike the PS4, which was like 2 hours. So they didn't get a lot of time to reveal a lot. So yeah. Well, anyways, the Xbox One has its official specifications, and I'm gonna leave that for another video to make a PS4 and Xbox One specs comparison, just like I did with the PS4 and the PlayStation 3. If you haven't seen that yet, go watch it right now, where I make the comparison between the PlayStation 4 specs and the PlayStation 3 specs. Well, I'm gonna do something like that, but it's gonna be with the Xbox One instead of the PS3. It's gonna be coming today, so just stay tuned to that. Well, anyways, the PS4 is gonna have GDDR5 RAM, as I said on that video. So it's been announced that the Xbox One is actually going to be using DDR3 RAM, which is kind of an older type of RAM, which is kind of like the ones that you see on the older PCs that you use, like the 2008 PCs or something like that. So yeah, DDR3 RAM is basically a RAM that it's more CPU friendly but less GPU friendly, unlike the GDDR5, which is more GPU friendly and less friendly for the CPU. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that GDDR5 is faster when it comes to the GPU, but DDR3 is faster when it comes to the CPU. So if you think about it, when it comes to the RAM, Xbox One is going to have a faster CPU, but PS4 is going to have a faster GPU. But it won't matter anyways, as the Xbox One is going to use 32 megabytes of ES RAM, which will give it a speed boost to the GPU of the Xbox One to balance it all out. And same with the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 is not going to have that fast of a CPU. Well, I mean, it's still going to be fast, but it's not going to be as fast as it could be. But PS4 is going to have 1.84 teraflops of GPU power, which will make up for the slow CPU. Yeah, which will balance it all out too. So basically it's all going to be balanced out for both consoles, which is really gonna make up for their weaknesses, since PS4 has a weak CPU and the Xbox One has a weak GPU, so they have things that will make up for that. Well, anyways, other than that, the PS4 is pretty much on par with the Xbox One when it comes to specs. But I've been reading a lot of articles and stuff lately, and so far they've confirmed that the PS4 is gonna be at least 15% more powerful than the Xbox One, due to the GDDR5 RAM being more modern and more up to date than the DDR3. Because I mean, DDR3 is RAM from like old times. Well, most computers use GDDR5 right now. So yeah, GDDR5 is more like a newer type of RAM, which will be faster and more efficient than the DDR3. So that's an advantage for the PS4 right there. But yeah, other than that, the PS4 is looking better so far. A lot of people are hating on the Xbox One online right now. If you look at the YouTube comments and all that, you see a lot of people complaining about the Xbox One having like too much TV stuff. Like, it doesn't have a lot of games. They're not pleased with the Xbox One is what I'm trying to say here. because they basically think that Xbox One is the cable box, because all they showed is like TV and less games, which I kind of have to agree with them. But to be honest, to those who are hating on the Xbox One right now, I would just wait until E3 to make a firm decision on what console I would choose to buy this year. So yeah, I would wait until E3 to decide which console I want. But so far, the PS4 is what I'm going with right now. Unless Microsoft can convince me to buy their Xbox One console, I'm staying with the PlayStation 4. I've always been on PlayStation, and if the Xbox One is not going to convince me, then I'm staying where I'm supposed to be, which is PlayStation. You know, I've always been a PlayStation fan, and I always try to be as unbiased as possible, because I don't want to be like biased and pick PlayStation 4 just because I'm a fan of it. So I try to be unbiased. So yeah, I'm trying my best here. So anyways, PS4's 1.84 teraflops of GPU memory, but the Xbox One is actually going to have 1.2 teraflops of GPU memory, which is 0.6 less than the PS4. So that's another advantage for the PS4 right there. The PS4 is going to have more teraflops of power compared to the Xbox One. So yeah, basically, yeah, PS4 is looking good so far. Remember, I'm going to make a video later today. I'm going to make a specs comparison between the PS4 and the Xbox One. So yeah, Xbox One is going to be showing more information on June 10th and the PlayStation 4. So stay tuned to E3 at June 10. So yeah, and basically it. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And peace out. Oh, oops. I almost forgot to give Zero Trickshot credit for his gameplay. Well, anyways, thanks Trickshot. Alright everybody, have a good day. Yeah.